Texting and drinking is never a good idea. We've all done it, and we've all regretted it. The drunken texts you forgot you sent. Prospectors collected them in Texticated on Rock 107.
From the 781 in Boston, Massachusetts, doing dry January, but the dry is just short for dry humping. 703, Alexandria, Virginia. Funny how drinking 8 cups of water a day seems impossible, but 7 beers and 5 shots in a couple hours goes down like a fat kid on a seesaw.
You hit send, and we hit the floor laughing in Texticated on Rock 107.
Area code 843, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. My phone says SOS in the corner. It's like, hey, I don't know what to tell you. I'm scared too. And from 732, in the Asbury Park, New Jersey area, the Beastie Boys didn't fight for your right to party so you could drink bad beer.
Proof that booze and cell phones don't mix in Texticated on Rock 107.
Elgin, Illinois, area code 224. I hate texting somebody something freaky at night. Then they reply in the morning like it's still the vibe. Shut up. The sun's out. I'm pure again. And from Buffalo, New York, area code 716. Oh, so your fingers worked on me last night, but they can't text me back today? Okay.
Hey, we found them in your telephone in Texticated on Rock 107.
You ever wake up and think, what fresh nonsense is coming for me now? Well, here we go. It's Prospector Show on Rock 107. Good morning, I'm Prospector.
Good morning, I'm Kate. February 2nd is coming up, and PETA is back at it with another idea to replace Punxsutawney Phil.
These guys come at it every year with a different idea. And full disclosure, I'm no fan of the groundhog that's been lying to us for decades and somehow still gets a parade, okay?
PETA wants the Groundhog Club to, quote, chuck its tired tradition of harassing a shy animal and replace Phil with a giant 3D hologram.
And I'm talking about a 15 to 20-foot AI-generated floating Phil like a weather-themed ghost from Star Wars.
It sounds kind of cool. I hate admitting
I'm not your... Oh, sorry.
The hologram would flash 6 more weeks of winter or early spring over its head. So winter Phil is blue and spring Phil is pink with flowers.
I mean, I'm okay with all of this if they want to do it that way, but I don't think they should be forced to. And yeah, they say it could talk because that's what we need, really. Another thing confidently wrong about the weather.
PETA says he'll even pay for the projector if Phil is retired to his sanctuary with his family.
I mean, it's generous, but it also implies Phil has a family that's been in witness protection for like decades.
Phil is right about 40% of the time, and that's not a forecast, that's a guess.
We actually have the hologram making the first announcement today.
Hey, this is Punxsutawney Phil. Well, a hologram of me. I guess everything has to be AI now. I don't care. I could use a sleep. And I don't think you need me to predict the weather. Look at the storm front. From Arizona to Maine, freezing temperatures. I don't think anybody needs a guy in top hat and tails pulling him out of a hole to give weather details at Gobbler's Knob, which for the record sounds extremely obscene. Let me make a prediction. It's gonna be a long winter. Duh. See you in spring. Until then, I'll be in my hole.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A woman from Nebraska got her 1966 class ring back after a guy with a metal detector found it on a beach in New Jersey. It was missing for years, and no one's sure how it got there. Her family lived in Boston for a bit, but never New Jersey.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
You ever see one of those ads and think, do I need this? Good morning, it's Prospector Show on Rock 107.
And then immediately think, no, but I kind of want it.
That was me with the Furbo thing. Have you heard about this, Kate? Have you seen this? It's a camera you put in your house that you can watch your dog when you're not home, and then it shoots treats right at the dog.
A bunch of my friends have it for their dogs, so I get it.
Okay.
Apparently, just like leaving food in the bowl is for cavemen.
Now, I saw it, and for about 8 seconds, I'm like, I got to get one of those. And then I'm like, my dog is unconscious 90% of the time I'm not home.
This robot is just a babysitter for an animal that sleeps 18 hours a day.
I mean, the dog is perfectly happy licking itself while nobody's around, so why do this?
Now, every time you're at work, you're checking the app. Is she okay? Okay, yes, she's sleeping. Still asleep. Wow, bold move. There she is. Sleeping again.
Then the guilt kicks in and you hit that treat button and it's like...
Now the dog wakes up like, what happened?
From a dog's perspective, it's like a haunted house now. There's nobody home. The ceiling is speaking. Food mysteriously appears.
They should call it Furbo, a babysitter for an animal that naps through its own birthday.
Furbo, your dog doesn't need it, but your guilt does. You know, actually, those are kind of great slogans, but really, getting one of those treat-tossing robots, it actually says something about you.
Oh, boy.
Okay, it's time for the top 5 things having a Furbo treat robot says about you. Here we go. Number 5, you need technology to confirm your dog prefers being alone.
Top 5 things having a Furbo treat robot says about you. Number 4, you paid to live stream disappointment.
Number 3, you've outsourced your love to an app.
Top 5 things having a Furbo treat robot says about you. Number 2, you are one software update away from being unnecessary.
And the top thing having a Furbo treat robot says about you, you don't want a smarter dog, just one that won't testify against you in court. There you have it. Northeast BA's Classic Rock 107, it's Prospector Show, and on the line with Brian Schrader, Fox 56 chief meteorologist, and we got a big winter storm heading our way this weekend, Sunday, Monday. Brian, are one of these guys, like a meteorologist, who gets all excited when you hear about big snows? Is this like a Christmas Day for you kind of storm?
I'm more concerned about getting to work on Monday morning or Monday afternoon. So, it's fun, but at the same time, I understand there's people that work out and this stuff, and other people have to get to work and stuff like that. So it's kind of, you take the good with the bad. Is it exciting? Yes, but it also impacts people's lives.
All right, so let's talk about the storm in and of itself. Sunday morning, I wake up, I go to breakfast, say like 7 a.m. Snow falling yet or no?
It's going to be starting at that time. It might start a little bit before 7 o'clock, but I think we're talking about around midnight. I think we're okay, but by 6 o'clock, after 6 o'clock, that chance of snowfall will be increasing. Better chance of snowfall. I think the heavier snowfall, kind of like Caddyshack. I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for a while. But I think it's probably Sunday evening, Sunday night into early Monday. That's when we expect that heavier snowfall to come.
All right, so we're talking about ruining Monday morning's ride to work. Going to make it tough. You're probably going to see some school delays or maybe closings, I'm assuming?
Absolutely. And let's see, if you're waking up on Sunday morning, like I say, things are going to start winding up. By, we'll say, Sunday evening, we might have 6 inches on the ground, and then we're going to get maybe another 6 inches overnight. So by the time we start waking up by Monday morning, we might have a foot of snow on the ground.
Now, if you're sitting there thinking, well, that's okay, I'll let Mother Nature melt this snow off, well, that's probably not going to happen for a while, is it?
No, in fact, I don't have any numbers pegged exactly yet, but we're just going to be below average for the next week. We're talking about highs in the teens and 20s, overnight lows in the teens and single digits. So it's going to fall. We're going to get, again, no numbers just as of yet, but we're probably going to get at least a foot of snowfall. And it's going to be light, it's going to be fluffy, it's going to be blowing around, and I don't think we're going to melt too much of it. At least streets might start melting. They're going to treat the streets with the salt and they're going to plow it off. But as far as the snow on your grass, this is going to stick around for a while.
Get the snow shovels, get the rock salt, get the snow blower and plows ready. Brian Schrader, chief meteorologist from Fox 56. Thank you so much for joining us here on Rock 107, and enjoy the snow and be careful going to work Monday.
Same to you.
I don't mean to be this way, but since I am this way, allow me to lean into it for a minute or so just to get something off my chest. I've been seeing and hearing a word used in an odd way for years now, and it's infuriated me. That word, results. Results. You hear it all over the business world, in commercials, in meetings, in sports, all over. You really can't escape results. And a ton of commercials contain lines like, we get results. Coaches in sports say, we're looking for results. A colleague of mine said just the other day in a meeting, I'm all about results, Prospector. Oh, are you kidding me? Let me hip you to something you may not have realized. Not all results are positive. Yeah, losing is a result. It's true. Non-fulfillment is a result. So you need to be more specific when you say, I'm looking for results. This is an important concept that apparently escapes many of us. Not all results are winning, victory, or crushing it. Not all results are awesome, successful, or amazeballs. No. In fact, more often than not, The results we see in the world around us are foundering, blundering incompetence, or soul-sucking defeat. That's a result, and evidently a pretty popular one. So next time some 62-year-old yam bag in sweats sits at a podium and says, we just need to see the results of our hard work, let's remind him we are. Those results evidently are woefully inadequate. Results are simply the outcome of something, a consequence, a conclusion, the tangible effect of your effort. And more often than not, that effort is lacking. So next time you hear, we get results, I want you to hear my voice screaming in your head. Remember, failure is a result. I'm Prospector. I'm for the people. Who's with me? I gotta go crazy, man!
Ever see the crazy guy screaming at the wall outside the Times building?
Where does this rage come from, my son?
Tweet us with hashtag I found Prospector and we'll come and get him. Prospector, mornings on Rock 107.
Tuesday, police in Florida responded to a place called the Palms of Emerald Coast Massage Parlor to investigate an alleged attack. Someone from the Department of Health reported that they were yelled at and physically shoved out of the business by a massage parlor employee. Cops showed up, and when they tried to cuff a woman, she began defecating towards the officers in an attempt to avoid being arrested. It didn't work. The woman was also arrested for battery.
Nominee number 2.
Some people text too much. Some people call their ex too much. And then there's this guy who apparently decided 911 was more of a suggestion rather than a rule. Police in Colorado say a man named James Taylor was arrested after calling the emergency line more than 150 times in 1 week. Authorities say the calls were not related to actual emergencies and continued despite warnings from dispatchers. According to police, the repeated calls disrupted normal operations and tied up emergency resources that are meant to respond to urgent situations. Officers eventually located Taylor and took him into custody. Investigators say the misuse of emergency lines can delay help for people who truly need it. Police did not release details about what Taylor discussed during the calls, only that the volume and frequency crossed the line into criminal behavior.
Nominee number 3.
When you request a ride from Uber or Lyft, you're asking for someone to drive you, not to take their Honda Accord off their hands. A 37-year-old woman in Miami named Lindsay Josefsberg ordered a Lyft from Family Dollar last week, and when the driver arrived, she asked him to help load her bags into the back. While he was doing that, Lindsay went up front, got in the driver's seat, and took off in his Honda Accord. But she didn't get far. The driver still had his iPhone inside the vehicle, which he'd been using for navigation. Authorities were easily able to track the vehicle down using the built-in Find My iPhone app. Lindsay had apparently just driven herself home. That's when police arrived, and she admitted to stealing the car, but that's not all. Police also found a pink glass pipe with cocaine residue in her purse, along with Xanax.
Nominee number 4.
You know how jails record calls with inmates? Well, that doesn't just apply to phone calls. A woman in East Texas was arrested after she was seen doing drugs on a video call with an inmate. It's not clear if the call was recorded or if someone was watching in real time, but they saw 43-year-old Jessica Wolf smoking meth on the call. Cops showed up to her home last Friday with a warrant, arrested her for possession of a controlled substance with intent to deliver and possession of marijuana. They also found a gun, and apparently she's got a record. They tacked on a charge for unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. It's not clear who she was video chatting with, but maybe they'll get some face-to-face time now. A judge set her bond at $650,000.
It's time to decide the Yam Bag of the Week on Rock 107. Go to rock107.com, click Prospector's Yam Bag of the Week. Vote in our poll and tell us who should be the Yam Bag of the Week.
Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app powered by Vape Dragons, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.